that the medium-term projections make assumptions about the continuation of government policy, and as I said to Mr Spears, they take into account, as the Treasury has done, the government's 10-year enterprise tax plan. They are taken into account, and they show, as the honourable members know, as it's set out in the graph on 311, the budget returning to balance within that medium term.
Mr Speaker, during the Prime Minister's answer, the member for Lilly, who should know better, was swearing disgracefully at the Prime Minister. He was swearing disgracefully, shouting profanities at the Prime Minister, and he should be required to withdraw.
Members on my right will cease interjecting. The member for Lilly, did the member for Lilly make an unparliamentary remark? No,
well,
members on my right will cease interjecting.
I certainly was not swearing, Mr Speaker.
I say to the member for Lilly, he has been asked previously to withdraw unparliamentary remarks. I'm asking him whether he made an unparliamentary remark, and I
did not make an unparliamentary remark.
Well, I say to the Minister for Resources will not interject while I'm addressing the House. I'm going to say to the member for Lilly, I am in a difficult situation when I haven't heard the remark, and I'm not through that wall of interjection. And as a senior member of the House, he's attested to the House that he did not make an unparliamentary remark, and I'm going to call the Leader of the House.
Mr Speaker, I do not want to repeat the word that he was using because it would that's exactly what he wants me to do. But he knows that he has just told a gross untruth to the House. The word that he used could not possibly be parliamentary. I'm happy to write the word down for you and hand it to you, Mr Speaker, but I will not put it on the Hansard and give him the respect that he is looking for to have that remark repeated.
The Manager of Opposition Business. Now, hang on. The Manager of Opposition Business will resume his seat. The Manager of Opposition Business will resume his seat. I'm going to hear. I'm going to hear from the Manager of Opposition Business. I'll ask the Leader of the House to resume his seat. The Manager of Opposition Business.
Mr Speaker, the claim that was just made by the Leader of the House, an allegation against a member deliberately misleading the House, is itself unparliamentary and needs to be withdrawn.
No, the Leader of the House will resume his seat. The Leader of the House can. I'm going to rule on this. The member for Dobell, I will resume her seat. I'm well aware she's wanting to ask a question when we get back to question time. I'm going to say that in the circumstances, I can only accept the word of the member, but I say I will be listening as closely as I can, and if I hear unparliamentary remarks from the member for Lilly, or for that matter any other member, I will take that matter very seriously, and I'm presuming the member for Lilly, I caution him, because he's refused to withdraw unparliamentary remarks before. I'm assuming he wishes to hear the Leader of the Opposition's speech tonight. We're now going to move on. The member for Dobell.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question